You feel trapped. Maybe you don't even know exactly why, but you sense it. You feel like you're constantly being watched, judged, evaluated. Every photo you post, every comment you make, it all shapes how others see you. This perception follows you everywhere like a shadow you can't escape. You learned early on that being yourself wasn't enough. You had to be the right version of yourself, the likable version. You carefully choose your words in groups. You edit your posts multiple times before sharing. You filter your thoughts through, what will they think of me? Society tells you, just be authentic, be transparent, be yourself. Self-help books, speakers, friends, they all repeat this mantra. That authenticity leads to connection. That honesty creates trust, that being yourself brings happiness. But what if I told you that all of this is a trap, a comfortable illusion giving others the power to define and control you? What if just be yourself is actually the most sophisticated form of social control ever created? How many times have you changed your opinion to fit in? How many times have you hidden your thoughts at work fearing the difficult label? How many times have you dressed differently because you worried what others might say? How many times have you swallowed your truth and smiled anyway? The world doesn't see you as you truly are. It sees only what it's been programmed to see. Your boss sees an employee, not a person with dreams. Your friends see only the parts of you that fit their idea of who you should be. That's where Machiavelli comes in. He wasn't the villain history portrays. He was perhaps the first to reveal the uncomfortable truth about perception and power. He understood something most refuse to accept. How others perceive you matters more than who you really are. In this video, we'll explore how others control your life through perceptions and how to take that power back. We'll expose the truth no matter how uncomfortable it feels. As long as you surrender control of how you're perceived, you'll remain a prisoner of others' judgment, used when convenient, discarded when not. If you're tired of being misunderstood, maybe it's time to learn what Machiavelli knew centuries ago about the game everyone around you is playing. Do you still believe that people see you as you truly are? Look around you. Who gets promoted? Who attracts attention? Who wins elections? Is it those who are most authentic and honest? Or is it those who best manage how others perceive them? The truth hits hard. People don't react to who you are. They react to who they think you are. Your quietness is seen as arrogance by some and shyness by others. Your confidence is admired by many but labeled as pride by a few. Same you, completely different perceptions. Machiavelli understood this when he wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are." This insight cuts to the core of human interaction. The gap between who you are and how you're seen is where others gain control over you. Think about it. The colleague who gets credit for your ideas doesn't have better ideas. They're better at making their contributions visible. The influencer with millions of followers isn't necessarily more knowledgeable. They've mastered the art of perceived authority. Each day, your reality matters less than your image. Your boss judges your work not by the hours you put in, but by how productive you appear. Your relationships survive not on your actual loyalty, but on whether your actions are perceived as loyal. The painful truth? You're playing this game whether you want to or not. You weren't born obsessing over what others think of you. That was taught to you. From childhood, you learned that your social survival depended on managing others' perceptions. Don't make a scene. What will the neighbors say? You need to make a good impression. These weren't just casual comments. They were programming. Layer by layer, you built an external self, a version designed to be seen and approved by others. The perfect student, the good employee, the supportive friend. Not because these identities expressed your truth, but because they protected you from rejection. Now this programming runs so deep you barely notice it. You check how many likes your post received. You rehearse conversations in your head. You feel panic when someone misunderstands your intentions. You filter your words depending on who's listening. These aren't conscious choices. They're automatic responses built on fear. This psychological trap has a name: impression management. It's the exhausting work of monitoring and controlling how others perceive you. And the cruel irony? The more you do it, the less you know who you actually are. When you constantly shape yourself to fit others' expectations, you lose touch with your own desires and boundaries. You become a collection of reactions to others' perceptions rather than a self-directed being. Your emotions become responses to being seen rather than authentic experiences. The prison isn't just that others see a distorted version of you. It's that you've forgotten how to see yourself. Stop believing that your reality matters more than your image. This isn't cynicism, it's Machiavelli's most valuable insight. In The Prince, written in 1513, Machiavelli didn't just advise rulers on gaining power. He exposed how human perception works in a way that still applies to your daily life. Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, Machiavelli wrote, because it belongs to everybody to see you, to few to come in touch with you. Translation: most people will never know the real you. They'll only know what they see. Your intentions and true character remain invisible. What matters is the impression you create. Another truth from Machiavelli: everyone sees what you appear to be. Few really know what you are, and those few dare not oppose the opinion of the many. Even people who know the real you will often go along with public perception rather than defend your true character. Why? Because contradicting widespread perceptions is socially risky. Look at how this plays out. The colleague with average skills but excellent self-promotion gets the promotion. The politician who projects strength prevails over the one with better policies. The influencer with perfect image curation gains followers despite limited expertise. Machiavelli wasn't teaching manipulation. He was showing us reality without filters. He understood that perception creates its own reality, that how others see you shapes how they treat you, the opportunities they offer you, and the life path available to you. Is this unfair? Absolutely. But Machiavelli wasn't interested in fairness. He was interested in truth. And the truth is that perception often trumps reality. Many believe they face an impossible choice: be completely authentic and suffer the consequences, or become a manipulative fake and sacrifice their integrity. This false dilemma traps countless people in cycles of either painful rejection or exhausting pretense. But there is a third option, one that Machiavelli understood perfectly. It's not total authenticity or complete deception, but strategic authenticity. This means being true to your core self while intelligently managing how that self is perceived by others. Think of it like this: authenticity is about what you are. Perception management is about how you're seen. The first is internal integrity. The second is external presentation. They're not opposites. They're complementary skills. When you speak your truth at work, strategic authenticity means choosing the right moment, the right audience, and the right framing. It doesn't mean hiding your views, but presenting them in a way that can be heard and respected. When you post on social media, it means sharing genuine parts of yourself, but being selective about which parts you amplify. Not lying, but curating. Ask yourself, are you allowing others to randomly define you based on unmanaged impressions? Or are you thoughtfully directing how your authentic self is perceived? The difference isn't about being fake versus real. It's about being intentional versus accidental. Many people, when they realize how perception has controlled their lives, make a critical mistake. They swing to the opposite extreme, rejecting all conventions and treating perception management as dishonest. This reaction comes from hurt, but it only creates new problems. The real solution isn't rebellion, but reclamation, taking conscious control of your image rather than letting it form by accident. Here's how to start. First, identify your current perceived image. Ask trusted friends how others see you. Look for patterns in how people react to you. This is your baseline, the perception that's already been created, with or without your input. Second, define your desired perception, not who you want to be, but how you want to be seen. What qualities do you want others to recognize in you? What misperceptions do you want to correct? This isn't about creating a fake persona, but ensuring your authentic strengths are visible. Third, recognize leverage points in daily interactions. Each conversation is an opportunity to shape perceptions. Small, consistent signals matter more than grand declarations. Fourth, practice strategic self-presentation. Choose stories that highlight your authentic qualities. Frame your opinions in ways that reflect your values. Share perspectives that reveal your true character. Finally, monitor feedback and adjust. Notice when perceptions shift. Pay attention to change reactions. Perception management isn't a one-time effort, but an ongoing conversation. This approach isn't manipulation, it's communication. You're already sending messages about who you are. Why not send accurate ones? How long will you allow others to write your story? How long will you live as a character in someone else's narrative, rather than the author of your own? When was the last time you defined yourself on your terms? When was the last time you shaped how others see you rather than accepting their labels? The world will always try to define you. It will place you in categories and see only what it expects. This isn't malice, it's human nature. The question is whether you'll let it happen by default. You have a choice. Be a passive subject of others' perceptions, or become the author of your own image, shaping how your authentic self is perceived. Tell me in the comments about a time when others' perceptions didn't match your reality. What did you learn? If this video made you rethink the control you've given away, watch the next one about